Ben, it's our third pre-season, our first win. Happy with tonight?
Yeah, very happy. I think we were just speaking off camera there. I think as much as pre-seasons for friendlies, I think there's also a mental side of it in regards to making sure that you can pick up some wins, because come August the 9th, you're looking at what have we done in recent weeks, and if you're winning football matches, it can only be good for the mentality throughout the changing room. So yeah, obviously pleased to get a win, and again minutes into some bodies and a chance to look at a few players that have come in to have a bit of a trial with us.
Tough start again, as it was on Sunday, with a pretty bad defensive mistake, but poor Ed Cook suffered a really nasty injury. Yeah,
I mean, obviously the goal has kind of come from down that side, a bit of a ball that you're probably going to see a million times this year, from a full-back into the channel area, and you expect your centre half to defend it a lot better than he did. I think he just got caught in a bit of a pickle, no man's land kind of area, but obviously in terms of Ed himself, we're obviously thinking of him in regards to his injury tonight, because it did look a bit of a nasty cut on his head. So hopefully we can touch base with him tomorrow. He's at hospital now, for anyone who was wondering. He's had to go straight there. So yeah, we'll be thinking of him tonight, and hopefully he can make a quick recovery and get himself back on a football pitch.
On the field, the second half team was much stronger than the first half team, and that showed. And again, he did it on Sunday, and he's done it tonight. Niko scored a brilliant goal to win it.
Yeah, it's a fantastic finish. Obviously, I don't think it's one that the keeper was expecting, just because he's kind of taken it without any backlift from his right leg. I think if you were looking on paper at the two 11s that started each half, I think if you had to name certain players on the pitch in the second half, you can see that they've got experience. 3 or 4 of them have been with us already. You've got young Brad and Combi coming in from Hemel, playing in the second half. So I think the team in the second half has got a lot more experience and a lot more togetherness, just because you've got a kind of core group of 3 or 4 that have played with each other before. So it's nothing against the first half team. You still had some very good players, but I think you could see from the get-go how unorganised you can become very quickly when players don't know or haven't played with each other for not even more than half an hour maybe across the weekend.
So we played 3 step 5 teams. We're at the lower level again, Tring, and then next week it ramps up with Hanwell, Wingate and Finchley. Is that all part of the plan to start maybe a slightly lower level?
Yeah, you obviously want to keep it kind of realistic. I think there's obviously a lot of people will plan their pre-seasons with maybe academy teams, higher level teams in towards the National League. I think if we tried to keep it in and around where we are, just to make sure that we get the most realistic friendly possible. Obviously you want to start with a potential step 5 team, just to kind of get yourselves going. However, I think the 3 that we've played have shown that they're more than capable of competing in the league that we're going to be in, with Bullfield, Edgware and Haringey Borough. So good luck to those 3, because I think they'll probably be 3 with big ambitions this year, and it wouldn't surprise me if you see them at the top end. So going into the step 3 sides, it's looking at a big test, and we'll start to kind of ramp up people's minutes and give them a bit longer.
I've got to ask you about the FA Cup and the FA Trophy draws.
Yeah, obviously with 2 away days, 2 potentially that I haven't been to. Obviously been to Badshot League before. Unfortunately they were relegated from the league that we'll be competing in next year. Really good people down there. We always enjoy going down there. Obviously Littlehampton will have to play them in the league, but obviously you get a nice coach journey, and it's FA Cups always gives you a little bit of a buzz, just because of the competition it is. So yeah, hopefully I certainly know, and I'm sure the change room will know by the time I've given them my team talk, how important those type of competitions are for clubs at our level, financially, and also like Hendon has showed in the past, you can have a big day out from them. So yeah, we'll be kind of all focused on those games, but also our league as well.